You know, in the world of data, you've got people who analyze trends, and then you have the people who actually create them. Today, we're diving into the career of a leader who's doing just that, actively building the future of data in Africa. Her name is Celiwe Makgamathe. So let's get right into her journey.
Right off the bat, this line from her professional summary, it just says so much, doesn't it? 15 years. Now, that's not just a number on a resume. Think about it. That's a whole career spent right at the heart of the data revolution, navigating all of its biggest and fastest changes.
And get this, that experience isn't just stuck in one place. We're talking about her tackling challenges in some of the most complex, data-heavy industries you can imagine. Banking, telecom, healthcare, even logistics. I mean, that kind of cross-industry skill is pretty rare, and it shows she can jump into any environment and just find the patterns. Okay, so let's dig into the first big piece of her profile, the actual measurable results she's delivered. Because, let's be real, in the data world, impact is everything. It's the ultimate currency. Okay, check out this first number, 4%. Now, a 4% drop in subscriber churn might not sound like a lot on its own, but for a giant company like MultiChoice, that is absolutely massive. So how'd she do it? Well, she created this new framework that brought all their customer service channels together, which not only saved revenue but also cut millions in call center costs. Just brilliant. And here's another one that really shows you how she drives efficiency. At Barlow World Logistics, she actually engineered a predictive model using SQL and all this telematics data coming off their vehicle fleet. And the result? A mind-blowing 450,000 Rand in fuel savings. And that's not a one-time thing, that's every single month. But look, it's not just about saving cash. It's also about saving time, which is just as valuable, right? By leading the charge to align their Pan-African business intelligence strategy, she standardized processes and KPIs. And what that did was allow executive teams across all these different territories to make crucial strategic decisions 50% faster. That's a huge competitive edge. Now, this before and after is just incredible. At Access Bank, think about this. Signing up a new customer used to take 3 days, a total ordeal. After her work, it took minutes. So what was the secret sauce? It was all about unlocking the data that was just sitting there, trapped in their core banking system, and hooking it up to modern, faster reporting tools. And look, results like these, they don't just magically appear, you know? They're built on a really solid foundation. See, she wasn't just using the data, she was actually architecting the systems and writing the rulebook for it. By creating the bank's data governance framework from the ground up, she made sure all the reporting was consistent, trustworthy, and, maybe most importantly, completely compliant with regulations.
So the big question is, how does she pull all this off? Well, that brings us to the second pillar of her profile, her incredibly deep and versatile technical toolkit. Let's take a look at the core technologies she commands.
And when you look at her skills, it's like a map of the entire data journey. On one side, you've got the super high-level stuff, strategy, governance, the big picture. And then on the other, you have the really hands-on, in-the-weeds analytics with tools like Python and AI. Being able to switch between that 30,000-foot view and what's happening on the ground, that's what separates a good data professional from a truly great leader. And it's not just the generic tools either. She has deep expertise in the specific software that these industries actually depend on. We're talking about things like the FlexCube system for banking or Genesis for customer experience. She knows the actual platforms that make these businesses tick. Okay, so having all those tech skills is one thing, but what really makes them powerful is great leadership. And that's the third pillar we're going to look at, her impact on people, both as a leader inside a company and as a mentor out in the community. This right here is so important. This is the bridge that connects the technical code to the business strategy. I mean, it's one thing to build a cool predictive model to save fuel. It's another thing entirely to convince the executives to fund it, manage the budget, and actually lead a team to make it happen successfully. That is what elevates a technical expert into a genuine business leader. And what's really cool is that her leadership doesn't just clock out at 5 p.m. Celiwe is seriously invested in building up the entire data community and helping bring up that next generation of talents. And she's not just showing up to things, she's creating them. She hosts events to help new grads find their footing. She was a launch panelist for a huge Pan-African data network. She actively mentors up-and-coming talent. It's clear she's not just a part of the community, she's one of its key architects. So when you put it all together, what do you get? You have the hard-hitting results, the deep technical know-how, and this incredible community leadership. The picture becomes really clear. This is a visionary leader who isn't just playing the game.
She's writing the rules for the future of data in Africa. And a huge part of that vision is her own entrepreneurial venture, Lean Placements. And its mission is super straightforward: to help businesses get the absolute most value out of their data by connecting them with the right people and the right services.
And the way they do it is really smart. It's a three-part approach. First, they recruit and place top-tier talent. Second, they train up new graduates so they're ready for the real world. And third, they offer expert data services directly. So basically, they've got the entire data pipeline covered, from talent to project completion.
This quote, describing the mission of the global Ubuntu data network she helped launch, it just says everything about the scale of her vision. The goal isn't just to solve problems for individual businesses. It's about using data and AI to solve problems for the entire continent. Now that's thinking big.
So at the end of the day, when you look at her profile, it all comes together. She's a strategist, a leader, and an innovator who has this amazing ability to take really complex data and turn it into simple, powerful action. Which really leaves us with one big question, doesn't it? What is the future of data in Africa? Well, when you see leaders like Celiwe Makgamathe out there building the systems, mentoring the next generation, and connecting experts from all over, you start to get a pretty clear answer. The future looks collaborative, it looks impactful, and honestly, it looks incredibly bright.